Well, greetings, valued travel partners. Welcome to July, right? We're still in July. It feels like, oh my goodness, I feel like this month, this year is flying right by. So it's Carmen Roy, VP of Sales for the amazing Princess Cruises. And let me just start with the reality of it's always technical. The team knows. So we've been on 30 minutes going through and I've lost connectivity. So I'm in Fort Lauderdale. We're having a storm. We're having a heat wave in South Florida. I know. First world problems, folks. I know. But at the end of the day, you know what? I think Joe created it. Hello, Jill from Lincoln. I think all of you, Janice, you too. Everybody wants to see Joe. So I think he's on backup today and ready to go. And that's probably why he's messing with my internet. Hey, Mark, thank you all for joining us. I can't begin to tell you how much we value your time. Lots of coverage today, as always, and you're going to want to stick down to the very end. As you all know, we have the live transcript available on Facebook, but at the end of the webinar, we'll go through the questions that you have submitted. But in addition to that, if you were on our webinar last 2 weeks ago, we talked about, hello, Letitia from Tennessee, Firefly Travel. I love that. So I got to tell you, 2 weeks ago, we said we're going to make an announcement today of an initiative that's going to launch in August. I'm dressed in red because, of course, the iconic brand, it's all about love. So got a lot of emails and texts this week from many of you that are either traveling, you're on vacation. I know the summer is really, really slow. Not for me. Christina, hello from Northeast Pennsylvania. Welcome. So just so you know, we're recording it. Absolutely. And as always, you know where you can find it on onesourcecruises.com. So I want to make sure that you stay to the end because we have a very exciting announcement. But talk about exciting. Guess who's joining? Marsha.
Hey, Carmen.
She's more like Batman. And hi there, Marsha. I know you're in Vegas, right?
Yes,
welcome.
I'm in hot Vegas. 110.
Ooh, Cheryl says it's 100. Hot Vegas. Only Atlanta can say hot Atlanta. And Cheryl says it's 120 degrees in California, wherever she's at. I'm like, you know what? It feels that way here. And listen, I love you people. I even got my hair done. My summer hairdo, Marsha, you know what it is? It's a bun. You know, I put the bun and that's it. It is very hot. So as you know, we're going to make an announcement today, Marsha. You know the announcement, right?
I'm super excited. Can't wait. You guys stick to the end.
I'm wearing it. I know they got to wait to the end, but more importantly, guess what? It's exciting and new, and we're sticking to that. How was your 4th of July, by the way? Talk about fireworks.
How was it? 4th of July was good. It was good. It was kind of quiet, which was good.
It was a Tuesday, right? So, but it was big for us because we launched, and Jill says she received her Princess Experience copy in the mail. So this is an amazing resource. I got to tell you, folks. Incredible. It's available on print. We like to kind of give you the QR codes, and I'll remind everybody at the end of the presentation, at the end of the webinar, we will show you all of the QR codes. I think Joe is the king of QR codes. And look what's back with me. Oh, it's my flag.
I got to get a flag. I'm going to get a flag or something.
Note to self. So this is beyond good. It talks about the onboard experience. It talks about our destinations. It has deck plans. Everything you need to know and want to know. It's a great resource. So if you haven't had it, especially with Medallion Class Experience, really a great selling tool. So I want to make sure everybody has taken it. Okay, we got to focus on this. I know we normally don't start with what we need help in, but I got to tell you, we need help. So here's my thought. These are really long voyages, right? And I don't think we printed a brochure specifically for them. And my personal experience, not that it means anything, but in 42 years, when you have long voyages, like the nature of these trans-Pacific sailings, I got to tell you, at the end of the day, you need a printed brochure. Otherwise, it gets lost in the shuffle. So we brought it up. I told Joe I want it to be first and foremost, because I know you, Marsha, has been championing to create some shorter components within the longer voyage. But at the end of the day, I mean, look at this, Vancouver to Honolulu, right? Amazing. And then Honolulu to Auckland or Sydney. I mean, these are life lists. I know everybody calls them bucket lists. I call them a life list experience. I wish I had 26 days, October. And it's this year, 2023. Is that a typo with the 69? I just need to know. You know, I always check with you.
It is not a typo. It is absolutely correct.
Okay.
And it's an amazing opportunity because a lot of our partners on the island ask for these things, right? So we got a hold of this and we were like, add in a segment so our Hawaiian partners can sail with us out of Hawaii. So we're
I
excited
love
about
it.
this.
But so can our Vancouver incredible
Yeah.
Canadians. Oh, Canada. Oh,
Yep.
Canada Day just happened. I mean, and if you think about it, San Francisco as well, this is
Yeah.
spectacular, right? So, I mean, these are amazing voyages. But guess what? They're very unique, right? They
Yep.
are long voyages. So there's a very specific database or segment of your database you have to go after.
Correct.
And that's why not only are we keeping the long ones, but we're also do the shorter ones. And a shout out to Daniel. He was on as a guest. Remember, he talked
Yep.
about Australia when he was on. Thank you, Brenda. And let me tell you why I included it, Brenda, because we're hurting on these voyages. And these are
Yeah.
spectacular voyages. And I said to our commercial team, you can't sell it if you don't know about it.
Yep.
If you don't bring it to the forefront, and $69. Can I tell you, I went to dinner with my husband and my daughter on Tuesday night. I'm not going to tell you what it cost for dinner,
It
but it
wasn't
was more than
$69, I'm sure.
$60 for sure. I got to tell you, it was. And so this is the kind of stuff that just blows me away because it talks
Right.
about the value of cruising. But on these voyages, I am positive you have some clients on your database that have been wanting these voyages, that want the value, that love days at sea, because I absolutely love our sea days. I got to be honest with you, Marsha. I don't know if I ever shared this with you. Maybe it's TMI, but I love cruising so much. I could go just sea days and never get off the ship.
Oh, I love sea days. Me
I'd be
too.
110% happy.
Yep.
I cannot begin to tell you. It makes me unwind. There's nothing like being one with the ocean, right? Isn't it incredible? So these voyages, here's the challenge. In 2 weeks, I want to come back and I want to see that they have picked up. I want to see, we're going to talk about the segments, right? Because we're going to have the marketing pieces. Folks, September is right around the corner. I mean, we're in the middle of July. I don't have a lot of time to sell these, Marsha. No
and
pressure,
it's a lot
team.
of opportunity, Carmen, a lot of opportunity for like one-way air, right? So if you're getting on in San Francisco or Vancouver or
How
LA
else
or
could you
even
do
Hawaii
something?
now, right? One-way
Incredible.
air. Yeah.
Amazing. And thank you for that selling tip, because by the way, if you think about amortizing that airfare, I mean, against all of these voyages, this is just our best kept secret this year. And I got to tell you, that's why we brought it up. But then we're back to what we're talking about. This is our theme today. You know, I got to tell you, and it was Miles. He came to our, so if you do not know, we have this incredible call every Monday, right? The all hands on deck. Wasn't that cute? All hands on deck, which is all of our sales team, everybody in marketing, anybody in the commercial side, everybody gets on, right? Which is really, really important because we need to be aligned. And Miles presented, and I thought it was incredible because at the end of the day, I said to him, why are we making embarkation easier? When I sailed in December, I counted it. I mean, literally, it was like no more than 8 minutes from the moment I dropped off my baggage in Fort Lauderdale to when I walked on the gangway because I was ocean ready. Right? And if you can teach me the dinosaur new tricks, you can teach anybody. So we're going to talk about this because this announcement, again, keeping what you've asked us for. You want communication. You want to know before we announce it, right, Marsha? You hear this all the time.
Yep.
You're at GTM.
We'd like to give you a heads up. I am at GTM West.
How's it going?
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, the partners here, everybody is amazing, and we're learning.
Isn't it by invitation only?
Invitation only. Yeah, you need to have a certain level of revenue as the advisor or agency owner, and they're very qualified, and it's a prestigious thing to get invited. So we're happy to be here speaking to all the partners.
And super happy. We'll be there again next year. They have two, one in the West. Obviously, you're the queen of the West. And in the East, Anthony Viciana talks about it. But then we're also going to talk about, very important, our score for 24. So that launched July 6th. So that was just last week. And I got to be honest, I think the timing on that, I would have launched it this Monday only because so many people were on vacation. So we're going to talk about that as well. But first, we're going to talk about how we make embarkation easier with OceanReady. And this is exclusive to us. I mean, this is what I call not only a game changer, right? But a unique selling proposition, right?
Correct.
Totally, totally, totally important. So when we introduced medallion class, I wasn't here. It was back in 2017, as I understand it. We kind of got caught up. What does it mean to get ocean ready? And I think this is really important. So I think the announcement, it's coming out tomorrow, talks about this starts August 1st. So, I mean, it has taken voyages starting August 1st. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because
Correct.
Me, I kind of go at the speed of sound and I kind of take note, but then I forget or I embellish, which is always fun.
Yes.
Or what I remember, it's perception versus reality. So, at the core of medallion class, this is how I understood the concept. And I wasn't around when it was launched, but it was really to get rid of all of those friction points that everybody complains about. We don't want lines. We don't want lines at embarkation, just so that you all know. So that's what the purpose of this new iteration, right? So let's talk about that, because I think it's, it is what folks have normally talked about. I'm going to go back because we didn't talk about this, right? So green lane, blue lane, assistance lane. So is this the newest way we're going to do it? It doesn't mean green is good and blue is bad. It just means there's stuff missing in the blue, right? That's why you're not 100% ocean ready. Where on the green lane, you have, you've got all your ID verified, you're ready to board. And so you bypass all check-in counters, which, by the way, I was on the green lane and I was ocean ready. So this is not new to me. However, blue lane is critical, right? Because again, some folks don't finish. And so we want to make sure we're separating those so nobody waits in line. That's the goal, right? That is the end goal. And then I love the assistance lane. So if folks need assistance, they always have that lane that they can go. Did I understand him correctly when he did that description?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the difference is, just to embellish on what you shared, Carmen, the difference is that, like you said, there's no lane that is better than the other. It's just about where you are in the process. So green lane means that you've gotten all of your items in advance taken care of on the medallion app. Everything's checked off and you got your medallion shipped to you at home, right? Blue lane is going to be that you could have actually gotten all of those things checked off as well, but maybe you didn't get your medallion shipped to you at home, right? Or maybe there's one or two things missing there. But if you didn't get your medallion shipped to you at home, then you will be blue lane, and there's no problem there either. The way that they're separating these lanes is going to allow each group of people to transition a whole lot more smoothly than we have in the past.
Which is the case. I kind of want to focus on that, because what he shared with us was, at the end of the day, it's about streamlined embarkation, right?
Correct.
So green lane, again, you've completed all the steps in the travel check-in, check, and you have your medallion. Everybody, I'm not wearing my medallion today because of the announcement we're making at the end, which is all about love. Oh, I just think I wrote on my chin. Sorry about that. I'm always with the pen. The reality is that green lane is so important. And I customize my medallion. So that's why I was check. The blue, again, the key is not, you've done it, but maybe you elected not to have your medallion shipped to you, right? So that is kind of like the differentiator. And then the assistance lane is critical, right? Because guests with any mobility or other accessibility needs will always, I'm stressing that, will always have a dedicated lane available to them. Again, keyword, streamlined check-in. So let's talk about what that travel list is. What writes the checklist? Because everybody says, well, what's on the checklist? What do I need to do? And why is it so difficult? And do you have other options if I can't do it on the app? So we're going to address all of that in this presentation, because I truly believe knowledge is power. And sometimes, people don't like change, Marsha. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like change. And
it's
you get
uncomfortable.
nervous.
Change is uncomfortable sometimes.
And maybe they've cruised with us many times, or they've cruised with other brands, and they're, first time on Princess, and they don't know what this medallion class experience is, and they might be overwhelmed. So we're also going to talk about, even if they don't want to download the app, you can do it on a desktop. Okay.
You can.
So we're not excluding anybody, right? Even I did it on a desktop, just that, and then finally my kids downloaded the app, but it was great. So step one, your personal information. I have that on my phone. You're lucky I'm not showing it to you, but you got to provide your name. Legal name is it shows on your passport. You provide your payment method. So I always put my credit card. There's a passage contract that is required legally. So you got to check that as well. You upload your passport. Now, this is super cool because I just like took a picture. Boom.
Yep.
Talk about modern technology. And then they did a security photo. Now, this was a little tricky. I got to talk about this because I wasn't prepared to do a photo of me now. So I had to go against the wall. I didn't look too good. So I said to my husband, I'm not doing this today. I'm going to put full makeup and hair and do it. It's not going to slow me down because we're going to get it done, right? But I uploaded it, and then I talked about the address and I customized my medallion. That was me. But husband and daughter, they didn't have to customize and they didn't care what they looked like in their security photo. They just wanted to get it done and be green. So such easy steps.
You know what else I think we should mention here, Carmen, is that once you've uploaded that information in your profile, it also saves. So, most of the work is on your very first cruise with us, right? After that, that information gets saved and you don't have to re-upload your passport every single time. And you don't have to redo a picture every single time. It's really easy. It's really kind of do it one time. And then if you have an expired passport, you got to update it one more time, right? But nice and easy once it gets all saved for you.
So I got to tell you, there's truth in everything you said because I am scheduled to cruise at the end of the year. And I went on my app because I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for my booking number because before I get in there, I got to put the booking number. I got to pay for the cruise first, minor detail, pay for cruise, waiting for payday. Once I pay for the cruise, all of my information's in there. Unless my passport changed or unless I want to use a different credit card, right? It was all there. Okay. It was so easy. So talking about the green, what's that distinction, right? The distinction between the green lane and the blue lane. Again, travel checklist, the steps 1 through 5 are completed, right? And this is the key. The cruise sail date is greater than 13 days away, right?
Yes. We need to have time to ship to you. Yes.
Okay. Exactly. Even the customized. So you have to make sure. Now, again, and I know our Canadians, I love you, my Canadians, but there's help coming. So you have to have a home address right now in the US. But what Miles said is, I got to tell you, it is coming sooner rather than later. What we wanted to make sure is that when we do program for Canada, with the mail, it takes a little longer. So they've been doing some pilot testing, postal testing to see that it gets there. Because the last thing we want is to say, yes, Canada, we're opening you up. Here's your medallion. But at the end of the day, you still have a way to get the medallion until such time as we're ready, right? Correct. I think it's fantastic. Easy, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Green, ready to go. Even I could do it. I did. So let's talk about the blue lane. Okay. A little different. Let's say here. Why don't they deliver it to your home? I don't understand why folks don't want it delivered. I get excited, the anticipation of how we branded the medallion. It's gorgeous. And mine was the
unboxing. It's kind of an element of your cruise experience. It's so exciting.
All of this is part of your journey and your client's journey, right? So that's why I talk it up because I think it's great. So, okay. So here, let's talk about this and what makes them a little different, right? So the travel checklist, you have to complete it. You have your home address, right? Same thing with the duration, cruises, and the order placed by the guest for delivery to the port, right? You got to check that as well. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. What else? What am I missing then? Maybe they just want to ship to the port, right? Our Canadians have to do this.
Exactly. So if you can't get it delivered to you at home, which is our Canadian partners at this time, but as Carmen said, it's coming so soon. Yes. We can taste it. We're so excited. Or if you just decide that you don't want to have it shipped to you at your home, then you will be blue lane. Again, nothing wrong with blue lane. It's just a distinction for us so that we can put people through the process and make it a lot more streamlined and pleasant experience for everyone.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go back because I forgot. Thank you, Cheryl. Is this an upcoming change? Yes, it is an upcoming change, just so you know.
Effective with
Canada's not there yet.
August 1st.
August 1st. So that's right around the corner. But we're making the announcement tomorrow. So it'll be in the TA newsletter. So your travel advisor newsletter will have it. And the reason I'm just focusing on this is because, again, I want everybody to know. I asked them again, okay, what's the difference? Here's what there are learnings, right, from embarkation. The last thing we want is somebody who's either blue or green still standing in line and confused. So you can go to any one of the check-in counters if you need it. And if not, you just, here you are and you're on board. It is
Go right
seamless.
through.
It is called advancement. So we're advancing, we enhanced the app, which I think is really critical, right? We updated the pass on board. So you've got the checklist updated, and the pass will show for all guests starting from 11 days prior to your cruise. So I think that's pretty spectacular too, right?
Yes.
Lots of changes on the way, lots to talk about. And then my favorite thing, right? It pays to plus. Who sneaked this in there? How we get there?
Well, it pays to plus in more ways than one, right? So I'm sure everyone knows how it pays to plus, because Carmen, you and I are talking about this every single time because it's so true. But an additional pays to plus is the fact that if you have Plus or Premier, then the shipping of the medallion to your home is included, right? So there isn't an additional $10 fee to ship. It's included for you with Plus and Premier. So that's a whole nother reason to continue to purchase Plus and Premier, and it's just so easy and seamless.
Brenda agrees with me. She loves it. It piques your, listen, we got so excited, and I work for the company. Could you imagine? I was like a child in a candy store. But I gotta say this again. Why would you not recommend, you get commission when your clients pay for Plus, even if it's Princess Plus, but we're not even talking Premier. Princess. So, you know, I kind of geekingly, because I'm a geek, say, if you like Mai Tais and free Wi-Fi, it pays to Plus. But to be more accurate, if it's up to $15, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know how I am. I don't want to embellish. I want to make sure I'm accurate, truth in advertising. If you're going to have a glass of wine for $15, right? Let's say, do you think I have one a day? Do you think I have one a day, Marcia? You've been with me, right? You know, I could do 4. Right there, 4 glasses of wine at night, not to mention my bottled water and my lattes. Plus is the best value in cruising. Yes, Rich. Yes, 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 it is. I got to scream it from the rooftops, because there are still brands out there that keep saying theirs is better. No, they're not. If you pay extra, they're paying gratuities. There's so many other little hidden factors. Trust me, Princess has the very best package ever. So it really does pays to plus, and I think it's important that you all really recommend that. Okay, we're going back to the pass. And I know we put in pays to plus because Plus and Premier already automatically ships it, right? You've got it. Okay.
Right. So we had some learnings. We had some learnings and feedback from our travel partners and from our guests, and they've made some enhancements to the pass in the app. So it's got a lot of great new information that you guys told us we should have there. So on the updated pass, we now have the guest's full name. It has the ship name. It has the boarding date and the deck number. So that's something that guests were asking. Like, we would have the cabin number in another place, but now it's all in one place, cabin number and the deck number, because if you don't sail all the time with us, sometimes you're unsure about what that deck number is. There's
okay, I gotta tell you.
Yes.
Your name, hello, that's a like a hello, no brainer. It's about
a given,
I'm
right?
sorry, I'm not criticizing anybody, but oh my God, this is a huge enhancement. I want to know my name. That's important. I want to know what ship. I want to know the voyage date. I want to know the decks, because that's one of the things here. You know, our decks here, it's Aloha deck, right?
Yes.
And it says aid, but like, I was my first time coming on board. I don't know, it was Aloha deck. Now you're telling me, and then you're proceeding me to the green lane, which is phenomenal. Tell me about the QR code, because it's there.
It's QR code. Okay. Now you can just scan it and can continue on to boarding and getting to that pool and that Mai Tai quickly.
Okay, drum roll. You know what I like the best? Hold on, Michelle, you're stealing my thunder. This is the best part, because I got to be honest, I was having an issue with this. It was hurting me, you know, and every time anybody asked me, I could not be my normal, you know, excited self, because I wasn't excited. I did not like arrival times. Am I the only one?
No, I think it was a bit of a pain point, and it was confusing. And from what we heard is that a lot of people didn't necessarily use the times provided anyway. So why go through that, right?
Wait, I was waiting for this to wave the flag of surrender. This makes me so happy, because I did not like thinking I have to get there at a certain time. I don't like that. The whole thing about cruising is that freedom, you know, to do everything or nothing at all. But if I'm starting my cruise and you're telling me I got to be there at 1:30 sharp.
Well, the other issue, Carmen, was that, like, maybe I'm traveling with a group of friends And
Yes.
we got boarding at a certain time and the rest of the group didn't. And then we were worried about whether we'd be able to join the ship at the same time. All that has gone bye-bye because now you as your group can decide when you want to go within the window of embarkation time provided, and you can agree and show up together.
I'm
Nice
a
and
walking
easy.
example. I'm a walking example. We cruised in December, my family at a certain time, but our friends that were going with us, because we were like a party of 16 or so, they were
Yep.
already on board. They got on before we got on. And you know,
Yeah.
it causes angst, right? Not to mention competition. I want to be the first one on. And then this is critical. Web-based OceanReady check-in, right? Really
Huge.
critical. Guess where you can do it? On a personal computer.
Yep.
They might not have a cell phone. Does anybody not have a cell phone nowadays? Talk to me.
There are people who don't, well, I won't say they don't have a cell phone, but some people don't have the smartphone yet, right? So we hear that from travel advisors. Some people don't have the smartphone. And actually, we added this webpage based on you all's feedback. Like you guys told us, we're having a real issue here, and it's really hard for us to get this done for our clients without a web-based location. So it's been live for about a year now, and there are times where some of our travel partners are not aware of it. So we wanted to call it out here that in Cruise Personalizer, it's not huge. So that's why we've made it big here. Joe did a great job of kind of zooming in on that location. Yes.
Right.
And it's try our web version, right? So make sure you guys are aware of where that is. It's in Cruise Personalizer, and you can access it. And then you or your client can do it from the web version on their desktop computer.
And that's what I got to talk about, because Pam just said it. Thank you, because she obviously has amazing service for her clients. So she does it for them, which is really turnkey. And you are one luxury provider, my friend Pam, right? Because not everybody does that. But if you are doing it for your clients, you can do it from right there, from the office, make it easy. So like Marsha said, we've had it, but it wasn't, maybe it's not as easy to find. So I think, yes, Joe did a great job, how to access it, right? It's a landing page. Does it get any bigger than this? Okay. With Cruise Personalizer, done. I think that was one of the opportunities that folks had, right? To kind of understand it. So here's where you can get instructions and access from the OceanReady landing page. Try the web version. It's right there. He highlighted it, right? So really under book guest, I've done this, you know what I mean? Because I get to surf our site and I have a lot of feedback, but we're not going to go into that because I'm not going to get off topic. But I do have a lot of feedback. I always believe that there's always room for improvement. And that's what this webinar is about. It's about the team taking our input, your input. Let's share it with them. And it takes time, because let me tell you, it's always technical. I say that all the time, Marsha, but it really is. And it's time to get IT teams and all of these, brilliant individuals to get all of the back of the house ready to be able to action this, right? Super simple, book guest, get OceanReady instructions. Ta-da! Try the web version.
Nice and easy.
Okay? No more excuses. We're removing all hurdles. We're removing all obstacles. We want this to be as simple and easy for you. Oh, here's the fun part. South America and Antarctica. So you were in the presentation. I was not. So talk to me. This is pretty cool.
I'm trying to get
beautiful destination.
Get caught up. Where are we? On the 14-day Cape Horn and Strait of Magellan. So beautiful, Majestic, and Sapphire Princess are doing these itineraries for us. You go between Buenos Aires and Santiago, and there's scenic cruising of the Cape Horn, right? Which is amazing. That's something you need to see. And I'm trying to keep from saying, we don't say bucket list, right? We say life list. I'm learning, Carmen.
I want to live. I want to live.
Cape Horn. Sailing around the Cape Horn is a life list item. And the Amalia Glacier as well is also seen on this itinerary.
Wowzy.
And then we have
Costa Rica. Pura vida. Can I just say that? Because I was
in South America. I have not done this. Have you done this, Carmen?
I have. So that's why I said pura vida, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Can you hear me still? I want to make sure you hear me. Because it's always
hear you.
Okay. Because Marsha, I am convinced that Joe likes to mute me. You know what I mean? You think he mutes me? I'm just thinking he might mute me. I'm just saying.
I don't think he does.
It is an absolutely gorgeous itinerary. Okay, and look at this. From LA, again, we talk about the whole, the ease of air, right? And the overnight in Lima, in Peru, is pretty spectacular. I mean, it really is. And it's between LA and Santiago. So it's a gorgeous voyage. It is 18 days, well worth it. If you have not had clients that have done this, they really do. Because normally do the eastern side of Costa Rica. This is really a gorgeous, gorgeous itinerary. And I got to tell you, I highly recommend it. I know it's 18 days. And then the Brazilian adventure. Whew, talk about fun. Because this is easy to get to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Fort Lauderdale voyage.
Buenos
Aires. Yeah. So
Fort Lauderdale, you can't beat it. Honestly, they make it nice and easy. I love anything that includes one-way air for me, right? So this also has the overnight in Rio, right? Overnight in Rio de Janeiro.
Stop. Ipanema Beach, okay? Remember the girl from Ipanema? Oh my God. All of that, and to be there overnight, because it's great to see, by the way, Christ on the Mountain, that was an amazing excursion that we did. The day that we were there, it was really, really kind of cloudy. That's why when you do an overnight, it's great because you could try again the next day. But Rio it's a thriving city. It is so exciting. And you also do Fortaleza, and they just send kids. So they've done a great job. And then, of course, in Buenos Aires, Montevideo, come on. You can't go wrong. But that overnight is really, really great. It is, Tammy, I agree. You know, the folks who do our deployment do a great job. Now, this one includes Amalia Glacier. Look at all of these destinations. Talk to me, because I know you did a deep dive. I haven't been to all of them.
So it's a combination of 3 cruises, and it visits 17 ports of call. Is that not amazing? And then you get overnights in 3 different areas: Lima, Buenos Aires, and Rio de Janeiro. So all of that we just talked about on the shorter versions where you had an overnight, 1 in each area. Now on the 51-day, you get 3 overnights. It's amazing. It also includes Phoenix cruising around the Cape Horn as well. And you also get the Amalia Glacier as well in Chile.
So I got to tell you, it is on a life list. 3 treasures travel. You should have put your first name.
Look at, we could barely fit all these ports in this map. Look.
This is impressive. Impressive. And I got to tell you, I mean, this is like, hello, you've covered it all. By the way, Buenos Aires, and Montevideo, oh my God, it's gorgeous. So I don't know if you know, I'm going there next fall.
You are?
March.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm doing Buenos Aires to Rio, and we're going to take tango lessons.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've never tangoed, but it reminds me. Do you remember the Al Pacino movie, Scent of a Woman? When he was doing the tango? Oh my God, it was Bolero. It was. So I said to him, we got to take lessons. I'm going to have to immerse myself in the culture. Mind you, I'm not gone for 51 days unless you give me permission. Do you give me permission? Tell me.
That is so romantic, Carmen. I love that.
Yeah, except let me tell you a secret. George doesn't know yet. His birthday's tomorrow. He's getting tango lessons as his birthday gift. Isn't that cool?
Oh boy.
I need to get Joe's thoughts on that. Oh, come on. It's Arthur Murray School of Dance. It's the only place I can imagine that's going to show us. It's going to be great. He's going to love it. And when we get there, we're going to look fantastic.
I love that he doesn't know.
Oh, well, he will tomorrow. So on the next webinar, I'll still be married, or maybe not. I'll be doing the tango by myself. Just saying.
Oh, boy. So we also have some amazing excursions. Like, we partner with Discovery on a lot of our exclusive excursion opportunities. And the whole point is to immerse you as our guests and your clients into the local culture, right? I mean, that's the whole point of travel, is to go and experience things locally and to learn from the people who live and breathe, you know, that experience every single day. But the Patagonia Trek and the Andean Club, okay, so you're going to really need to be like in shape on this one, right? Because it's 4,500 feet up the mountain that you're taken up there.
Okay, I'm not walking the 4,500 feet, Marsha. Why do I need to be in shape? You mean from the earring, right? Because I have to be able to breathe.
There's some rigorous hiking points of this as well. So the descent point, you start hiking downhill.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but again, it's a little rigorous, right? So, but it is a once in a lifetime thing. And again, partnering with Discovery, there's really no better, no better option.
Here's the beautiful top. When you're up there on the top, they're going to be it will blow your mind. I mean, it's going to be gorgeous.
The Strait of Magellan?
Yes. And the city of Punta Arenas from a position. And by the way, Brenda previously said she can imagine I do tango. Is it the red dress? I just need to know. Next time I'm coming with a rose on my
You need a
teeth.
rose in your hair. Yeah.
And you know what? I think I could do the hiking because it's downhill, right?
Downhill, that's true.
I'm good.
That's
It's
true.
the uphill. I'd be like gasping for air, and I'd have my Apple Watch make sure I get my steps in. Just saying. Okay, the other one, the king crab fishing and gourmet experience. You know, I love food and I love wine.
Oh my
Talk
goodness.
to me. Talk
Live
to
the life as a local. It's a 5-hour culinary adventure, and it introduces you to the small fishing village of Puerto Almanza and the lovely
me.
locals who live and work there. Like that's the kind of excursion that would really,
Cultural immersion.
yes, right? So you start with a scenic drive to the fishing port in Argentina. It's the southernmost area of fishing for Argentina. And then almost everyone in the village is dedicated to specializing in fishing and crabbing. So you're learning from local experts, right? So you get to meet your local host. And specifically, we know their names. Diana and Sergio are the ones who run this for us. And they welcome you aboard
Hello.
their boat, right? And together you go offshore to find the best place to cast your nets. And then apparently when you feel pressure, that's when you're going to be pulling those nets in together. So you're working together to pull the nets in and you're bringing up your own king crab, right? I want to do that.
So do I. And Tierra del
Let's go,
Fuego. And
Carmen.
it's exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
And then you bring it back. You bring that back and they help you and they teach you how to cook that with their local seasonings and tastes. Like
Beautiful.
amazing. Yeah.
This is fabulous because obviously Alaska, I know we have some amazing excursions that you can catch your own, you know,
Yes.
your own fish.
Yes,
But this Diane and Sergio, wait for me, okay?
yes.
Okay,
I would
here we
love
go.
to taste Patagonia style king crab, right?
Oh,
Wouldn't you?
delicious. Yes. You know, I love food.
Yeah,
Bluff Cove Penguin Rookery. Did I say that right?
you did. Falkland Islands.
I've never
I didn't
been.
realize that this is an opportunity to see like 3 different types of penguins. Like it's pretty amazing. So
3 different
thousands of
types?
gentoo penguins. I hope I'm saying that
Okay.
right. Gentoo penguins.
Gentoo penguins.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, Magellanic penguins,
And
and then
king
king
penguin?
penguins.
No
Yes,
way. Most people have to go. You know where they have to go to get king penguins, right? I mean, it is
right,
like CNBC. That is
right.
spectacular.
Yeah, they say it's a
Absolutely
growing
fantastic.
colony. So the king penguin colony is growing there.
Oh my God. That is three three types of that is very hard to find on any excursion, okay, or destinations. You know, you'll see because we're showing the Antarctica thing and all great, and that's where you have to go, and everybody is after the king penguin. So the fact that and it's a growing king penguin
Colony.
population, right?
Mhm.
And then of
Mhm.
course Iguazu Falls, okay.
Yes.
Look at those
I'm so
falls.
in
Oh,
awe of all of these pictures.
beautiful.
I
It's a
got to get it in
UNESCO
my list.
World Heritage Site, by the way.
Yeah.
UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's
Yep.
gorgeous.
So this Agago Falls Overland Tour receives rave reviews. So it's 5 days that you spend. It includes the flights that are required, and it includes your hotels overnight, and it also includes most of the meals that you need while you're on this visit. Sometimes, like might have an evening on your own, so you can explore locally and have a dinner on your own. But most of the meals are included. I don't know how you go all this way and not
It's
participate in this type of a tour to see all of it.
beautiful.
It's kind of like our cruise tour in Alaska, right? If you're going to go to South America, you also want to do the Agazu Falls Overland
And
Tour.
and you're doing it from obviously the Brazilian side of the falls. So there's
Correct.
extensive walking on the paths to cast.
Mm-hmm.
See, my husband loves waterfalls. So this would be like just a dream come true. And I think Jill said Iguazu Falls is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Yes.
This is and the fact that you're doing that overland, you've got to, folks.
Yeah.
We travel the world to immerse ourselves in cultures, right? Of the
Yep.
lands, of what we want to see. That's everybody's wish. It's the number one reason people travel is destination, by the way. Still,
It is.
if you survey folks today, why do you travel? To see destinations, to get
Right.
immersed in cultures. I mean, and
Yep.
this is like, oh, I wish I was retired. I mean, I just got to tell you, because I'd love to be on a 51-day cruise. Maybe I'll win lotto and we'll go together. Marsha, do you think we
Oh,
can,
please do. Please
can we
do.
do a
Take me with you.
seminar at sea? I mean, seriously. Oh, can't we sneak in a seminar at sea? I think all of our travel advisors would love to join us. We'd have
I
so much
think they
fun.
would. I don't know if we'd have our job when we got back, but I think they'd love it.
Come on, we
A
broadcast
long
live.
time.
Oh, Machu Picchu. So I've never been to
Machu
Machu
Picchu.
Picchu.
Neither
And I know
have
this
I.
is a
Have
big
not.
deal. This is
But
a big
it's
deal.
a lifetime experience that you can offer to your clients on a guided tour of Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca. So guests get to
Beautiful.
overnight in Aguas Calientes with
Agua
incredible views of Machu.
caliente. I'm
Yes,
throwing in my Spanish there, Marsha.
I
Did you
know.
hear
You
that?
sound better than I do.
Caliente. I'm dressed in a red dress. Go. It sounds good.
Machu Picchu, and you get to see Machu Picchu at sunrise, right? How incredible would that be? There's traditional markets, and then the vibrant city of Cusco. You get 1 night in Lima, 2 nights
Okay.
in the Sacred Valley, 1 night Machu Picchu, 1 night Cusco, and 1 night Santiago. And this would be attached to either the 14-day Cape Horn and Strait of Magellan cruise or the 16-day Antarctica and Cape Horn cruise. It also can be attached to the 18-day Andes and South America cruise.
That's
So,
amazing.
and
You're
this is
going all
always
that way.
offered post, always
Yep.
offered at the end of the cruise.
Yeah, that is super fantastic. So we talked about Iguazu Falls. So this is, how's this different? It's a different adventure, or what are we doing here?
Yep. So it's more of a tour as well. So that other one was
Okay.
a shore excursion, and this one
Right.
actually is a couple of days. It's suggested that the Amazing South America Cruise Tour is for your guests. Now this one is offered pre or post, right? So you can
Fantastic.
enjoy the day touring Rio's famous landmarks, right? Sugarloaf Mountain and Christ the Redeemer. We saw a picture of that earlier.
Beautiful.
Catch some of the rains at Copacabana Beach.
Copacabana. That's the other one from Ipanema. I got pictures on both. Just thought I'd
Yeah,
let you know.
I'm sure you
Beautiful.
do. I'm so
It's
jealous.
gorgeous. Yeah, but I want to go back. Don't be jealous. Let's do it again. I don't remember it. It was pre-pause
Oh,
Como, right? So
and this
nothing.
is just for you. This is just for you, Carmen. Enjoy the amazing city of Buenos Aires and all its treasures, but there's also the ability to watch a tango show.
Can I be in the show? George and I will have our own show. I'll let you know how that goes. Now, Antarctica. This is, I got to be honest, this is amazing, right? We have a 17-day to a 35-day grand adventure, which is a combination of the 17-day and the 18-day Brazilian adventure. And this is like, I mean, you see everybody talking about destinations. Everybody wants to go to Antarctica. And we do it. And we do it, which is amazing. Ooh, Elephant
You get to view
Island.
Elephant Island, Antarctic Sound, Garloch Strait also. So right from your balcony stateroom, right? Get to look at those glaciers and the icebergs. And, you know, you're traveling along the peninsula.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
4 days of scenic cruising of Antarctica. I think that's gorgeous. And I mean, I'm telling you, that is amazing. Antarctica was amazing. Melissa, I'm going to cry. Ah, you did it this past 16th of January. I mean, I'll tell you, I'd love. This is, I have so many things on my list. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you, but these are like itineraries that I'm just so, we do a lot of destinations.
We do. I think that's why we have such a great following, because you can really see the entire world with Princess.
And obviously, we're a proud member of the International Association of Antarctica Tour Operators, which I think is really, you know, that this is like any of these gorgeous destinations. You got to give back. You got to make sure you're respecting, right? Nature. We want to be here for, you know, many generations on. So it really, it's up to us, right? Really important.
And Sapphire Princess is the largest vessel that's currently approved on the operators list for the Antarctica.
Wow.
And it's because of our relationship and membership of IAATO.
Wow.
And the U.S. Department of State strongly recommends that our U.S. citizens travel to Antarctica with brands that are members of IAATO.
And we are. Check, check, check. And you know, everybody thinks of Antarctica, and I got to say it, and no disrespect to anybody else, because I know small ships are beautiful and people, but there are guests who want a big ship experience. And we provide that. And so that's a selling proposition, and you know your clients best. So I think it's really important that you know that our ships, the size of our ships, right? Incredible. And then this is amazing, because like everything, this is like what we do in Alaska, right? The experts come aboard. That's why you're going here. Naturalists, historians, the destination experts. They weave the story. They talk about the history. This is awesome.
We pride
Absolutely.
ourselves on bringing the experience and the culture on board. We don't wait for you to actually get into a port for you to experience the locations you're going to. And so we do that in every destination we take your clients to, and this is no different, right? Bringing the
And the
special
Q&A.
fun, the
I
movies,
love
the
it.
documentaries. My husband would love this. Yeah.
Yeah, the Q&A with the pilots is pretty
Hmm.
spectacular.
Yep.
I mean, and that shot, I don't know who got that shot, but that shot is magical,
It is.
absolutely magical, right? It's gorgeous. Okay, so let's talk about, because South America and Antarctica, early booking offers, right? That's a
So
lot of
this is the
onboard spending.
first time ever that we have done an early booking offer for South America and Antarctica. So you don't want to miss this. And it is an incredible offer. So that number that you see there, so let's look at insides, onboard spending money of $500. That is each. That is not for the cabin. So that is guest 1 and 2, right? That is amazing.
Wow,
And on
very.
top of that, you also get a shore excursion credit. So some money towards doing one of those fantastic excursions that we just talked about. It's pretty incredible, right? So you have to book this by August 25th. So you've
Oh,
got
we got
4
plenty of
weeks.
time.
You've got 4 weeks, right? To
Yes,
talk to your
yes.
clients, get them excited. There's also a past passenger discount. So you can get up to $100 per person off, which is also available through September 30th. But you want to book by August 25th so that you can also get those onboard credits and the shore excursion credit. Like, this
That's
is pretty
fantastic.
incredible.
That is incredible. Let me tell you, and,
Yeah.
and it is, again, a part of the world that's absolutely gorgeous. And again, all of the incredible experts that we have that come on board, right? That's like a nice differentiator that I really like, really, really like. So again, by August 25th. Okay, so near and dear to my heart, we're shifting. We are shifting because now everybody put your seatbelt on. Okay, we launched this July 6th. I wasn't so thrilled about, right after the holiday, it's Canada Day on July 1 and it's 4th of July. People are on vacation. And we launched, and the first 4 days, incredible revenue results. It
Yes.
blew us away. Comparisons to, yes, pre-coma and pause, better than in 2019 booking. It was vigorous. And we
Yes.
just started. So what I tried to say, of course, I'm in my Fort Lauderdale office. So I went up and visited the president and said, I'm doing my webinar with our amazing travel partners that we value so much. And the first thing he said is, how's score for 24 going? And I said, you know what? It's a pricing strategy. And like everything in life, we got to educate, right? So some of these
Yes.
prices, we kind of pre-introed it the last webinar. We always want to give you
We did.
insider insights when we do this. Marsha and I, and we get in trouble all the time, but it's my middle name, so I'm perfectly fine with it because I think our travel partners need to know. We have gone to a pricing strategy where we are going to launch, and we adjusted all these prices, okay? So I got to tell you, if you've got somebody that's on, you've seen it because they were adjusted.
Yep.
Lowest prices, because guess what? We're going to base load for 24. We're going to start increasing the prices. So if you want the best, and that's why I call it a pricing strategy. It's the way we're going to market. Look at this, $399 on 7-day cruises with on select voyages, right? Third and fourth guest free. That is spectacular.
Yes. And that list can be found on OneSource. We have it all ready for you.
Which is incredible. But then I want to talk about, lowest public fares of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lowest fares we've ever had in advance of a departure, which is great. And your clients can pick their stateroom selection. I know we say cabin here, but I like to say stateroom. I like to say veranda. I say guest. I don't say, passengers. Yep. I have that whole thing going, which is just the way I look at our industry, right? It kind of wants we want to elevate. So this is phenomenal. And I like the name Score for 24 because we will score.
Do too.
Even Alaska. Hello. $399.
Even Alaska.
That's incredible. So it's $399. So if you want an ocean view, if you want a veranda stateroom, and look at this itinerary, spectacular, right?
And cruise tours.
Glacier Bay.
Cruise tours? Yeah.
From less than $999. I don't think we've ever in our history, and I think we're on almost 58 years, right?
Yeah.
58 years of history had this. And there's an additional 8% when you do 14-day round trip voyages, which is incredible. Okay, so we got you Caribbean. We're doing Alaska. Sun Princess, our brand new ship. You're kidding me, right?
I'm not kidding. No.
$999. It's less than $1,000. Okay. And an additional 15% off if they're doing the 14 nights. And some of, oh my God, Montenegro. I've not been there. I'm dying to go there. Everybody tells me, but I was
Oh, I've
just
been
in
to
Athens.
Montenegro. I think
Was
that's
it
the first
gorgeous?
place I've been. You haven't.
All right.
It's
Rub it
gorgeous.
in. Rub it in.
Sailing in to Montenegro is an experience. You have to be
I
up. I don't
heard
care what time you're going in. You got to get up and go see it.
it's like a dream, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Rich. Amazing 24. So saving my 24. Absolutely. We're saving. But let me tell you, folks, prices are going up. This is a pricing strategy. It is not
Yes.
a limited time
The
offer.
sale.
This is the way we
No.
are approaching it. And these are the best rates you're going to get, period, bar none. Oh,
Yep.
Athens.
So
I
book
was just
now.
in Athens. Boy, was Athens amazing. It was spectacular. British Isles, $12.49. Again, on the score for 24. I think that's Normandy. Oh my God. I've been there. Have you been there?
I have not. Oh, no, I have not. No, I
You're
got
not.
excited,
That
but I
is,
haven't.
it's breathtaking. When we're together, I got to share pictures of Sophie and I. Let me tell you, the silence, I'm not even going to tell you, Normandy beaches, it moves you. It is, you got to do it. But I haven't been to Edinburgh. So I think we got a lot of stuff here that I can go. I haven't been to Cork either, by the way. So
Yeah, Cork is on my list.
Gorgeous itinerary, 12 days British Isles. And then again, our Caribbean, Princess Key. I'm going to be going there on my voyage this December. Can't wait.
You're going to love it. So beautiful.
We were doing private islands before anybody else did. Come on, people, you're killing me. And then news, notes, and reminders. This is because I know we're limited on time, and some of you are so kind that you send me these little emails and these little texts, and probably carrier pigeons. I just don't open the balcony doors at home, verandas on our ships. You tell me you speak so fast, and still you don't have enough time to complete everything. So I am working on my inner self, Marsha. I'm trying to slow my pace down.
Boy.
We never stop learning, right?
We never stop learning. We're always learning and always trying to improve.
And as you know, because you and I have traveled together, and I love traveling with you because you're just an amazing colleague.
Thank you.
I try not to have coffee for your protection, right? Because there's only
I appreciate that.
Only so much Marsha can take. Okay. How many, Richard? I did not have a latte. I had one beautiful 12-ounce cup of.
And Carmen, do you know what I'm asked all the time?
What?
Everyone wants to know, is this Carmen in real life?
Oh,
this
God,
is
yeah.
absolutely Carmen in real life. If I could bottle your energy, we could retire and go on that 51-day.
You're so adorable. Yeah, it's kind of nice, and Richard probably would agree. Just tell my husband and my kids in the morning, because I get up and they get up and they're slow to get up, right? Even when I have my cup of coffee and I sit back, I have to have that time to myself. The moment they come out, I have 1,001 questions, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, can you just stop? Just stop. We need to breathe. Okay. Yeah. We did a deep dive, Princess Perfect Wedding. So we did a deep dive on the last webinar. So you can get that, folks. This is incredible because I told you about how I want to do a special wedding and everything. Randy Finelli, our new love and romance ambassador. Say yes to the dress. You guys know who we're talking about. By the way, I've been told he's going to be our guest, Marsha, one of these days, because he wants to do a deep. Yes, he's committed to come, and I have to figure this out with Incredible Joe, so we can schedule him, because his voyage is December 3rd, right? So he's going to have meet and greets, gown consultations, absolutely special events with him, and he is, let me tell you.
And if you want to get on that cruise, you better book it, because it's selling really well ever since we announced this.
And he makes me look slow. Okay, I'm just saying, okay, he is on more than just a cup of coffee. So the wedding packages, I absolutely love this, right? All of the packages include indoor outdoor ceremony by the ship's captain. That's pretty cool. The florals, the wedding cake. I mean, who would, a dedicated photographer, service, prints, the romantic breakfast for the couple, the gifts, the goodies, the keepsake. There's so much that these packages are seamless. So there's 3 types of packages: the perfect pair wedding, the timeless ceremony at sea, how gorgeous. And you can see the number of, I kind of like that perfect pair. It's just the 2 of us, just the 2 of us.
Very
timeless
intimate.
Wedding at sea. We talked. So if you weren't at our last webinar, you need to kind of get in there, because Marsha and I had our own wedding pictures.
Yeah.
We talked about our weddings, 500. We had Storm of the Century. Oh, And then I love this, the Princess Perfect Proposal. Talk about, so if you have guests that are going on there, maybe there's a family reunion, somebody's on there, you could do a proposal. They'll set it up indoor, outdoor, pictures, absolutely gorgeous. Marsha's daughter got engaged in Hawaii. I'm sure they had to wire all of that. And the love vow renewal, I kind of like that, short, sweet. I just celebrated 30 years of blooded wedding. Did I say blooded? Oops. I meant to say wedded bliss. Okay, I had a little alliteration problem. I'm sorry.
You know,
What?
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think
30
so too.
years? That's amazing.
Yeah. I might have to do a little renewal of the vows myself when I go on our voyage. I just won't do it as a surprise. I got to tell them in advance. Got to prep. Okay. Super easy. QR code. Wedding packages, you've got obviously its own website, which is fantastic. And you even have a wedding coordinator in advance, folks. If you've ever had somebody do a wedding, you know how difficult it is, okay? It's not Bridezilla, but close enough. And then we got to talk about Sun Princess, because then I got to tell us the announcement for today, the initiative that we're going to launch on August 1st. And I promise in the next webinar, we'll talk about it. But I don't want folks to forget about Sun Princess, because this is going to be the most amazing ship, and her sister ship, obviously, the Star Princess. Okay. So we're open, QR code 24. She's here in October out of Fort Lauderdale. Super excited to welcome her. And yes, we will have inaugural events on her, but these are the maiden voyages. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful winter cruising in the Med. So you're away from crowds, away from the smelly, and the wonderful aromas when it's really hot. Okay, I'm just saying. Wonderful.
Probably less children during this time period, and the possibility of better airfare, right? It's not peak season.
Yeah, absolutely incredible opportunities. And then, of course, we had announced the inaugural voyages. We're already thinking 25. Okay, that's incredible. That's like 2 years away, right? We're almost there. The Star Princess. Very excited about this new class of ship. And then here it is. You asked for it. Alaska 2024. You needed to have it. Finally, folks, I hear about this. Why don't we have brochures all the time? #1 cruise line in Alaska. I thank you all, because you got us there. And it's your trust and faith in us. So Seminars at Sea, if you haven't, these were a huge success, Marsha. Super exciting. And they got to meet our new sales team members, some of the folks that we've hired. So there's just a few left. Make sure you get on October 28th.
And we added some new ones.
There's some new ones. So those have availability, right? Are they the November ones?
We have so the newest one is Discovery on November 4th and Regal November 12th.
Okay.
Regal being out of Galveston and Discovery being LA.
And let me tell you, Regal, much more space in Galveston. So we need your help. And then Love Fest is slowly coming to a wind. We're winding it down. We'll have another Love Fest. Don't you worry. But let me just talk about the initiative. So this is the initiative, and I've got 2 minutes to talk about it. So when we launched the Princess Perfect Weddings, we started thinking about what do we do, right? So more to come, but we are going to encourage you to write a love letter to us, okay? What do you love about Princess? What do your clients love about Princess? You'll share these stories in the form of a love letter. I never got a love letter from my husband, so I'm going to use your love letters. I'm going to live vicariously through this incredible initiative. So we're going to share the love, your love, and tell a story. How did your clients fall in love on Princess? Can you imagine? And then we will read these letters, right? We're going to pick one of these love letters. Marsha and I will take turns, which I love. We're going to read these love letters. And every webinar, we will have one lucky love letter author win a 7-day cruise for 2. So more details.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to read.
Me too.
Wait to
I can get really into that. Okay. I mean, seriously. So again, watch for the entry details. They'll be in the newsletter. We'll have our next webinar just 2 short weeks away, right? July 27th. I can't believe it's the end of the month. So I want to make sure that everybody knows that's the new initiative. It'll launch August 1st. We'll get it in the newsletter. We'll talk about it on the next webinar. We have a few questions, so we gotta talk about this. What are some of the questions? Let's go. Let's do this.
Yes. And again, thank you guys for all your enthusiasm and submitting the pre-registration questions. There are always really good ones in there.
They do.
Thanks, Joe. So Joe's showing you the QR codes again in case you missed them earlier. Our
Fabulous.
First question.
We'll take the questions during this, okay? So I always ask you the questions. How many days before embarking can a guest check in on OceanReady?
So there's really no time limit on how far in advance that you can start the process. But the first things you have to do is you have to have, one, put in the birth date on the booking, and you need to have deposited on the booking. So once you've put the deposit on and you have your birthday listed, then you have everything you need to be able to go into the app and start adding all of your information and getting ready for check-in process.
Okay. Very good. Can we book a group? Okay, here's somebody's right after my heart. Can we book a group under the Score for 24? Yeah.
Absolutely. So you have two options there. One, you could have, maybe you already have a group open and that sailing has discounts or great rates on it for Score for 24. You can book that rate into your group, or you can open a new group, right? Maybe you didn't take out a group and now you're seeing these great rates. Open a new group and build your group from the start.
I do it now because, again, pricing strategy, rates will go up. I can tell you that.
They will.
I can guarantee it based on that. Okay, when do clients have to book by, and what rates of sailings are included in the Score for 24? Did I get that right? What dates of sailings?
Yeah.
Okay, we went through a few of them here, right? But it's right there. I mean, you know, you really, again, we had the QR codes on there also, right, for Score for 24. Yep. It's so many dates. I mean, it's like incredible. So that's a great question. Thank you.
Go on OneSource because the sailings listed are there, and then the special list of those that have the free 3rd and 4th is there as well.
Fabulous.
And the sale runs from, so it already opened. It was open on July 6th, and it runs through September 5th. So you've got a long ramp, plenty of time to promote this and make sure that your clients know this is the best sale for 2024.
Phenomenal. Okay, one more and we're done. Serve one up. Oh, Melissa said, for clients with mobility issues, do they just go to the accessible lane or do they need anything special to get in that lane? That's a great question, Melissa.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's while they're doing the sign up is that they're specializing, you know, are they in a wheelchair? Do they have mobility issues?
Correct.
And they will be treated to completely separate accessible lane.
Correct. And if there is a need and it wasn't identified initially, you can still go to that lane. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. That's a great question. Is that the last one? Oh, okay. Thank you, Tammy. On behalf of Marsha,
thank you, Tammy.
It takes a village. We got Cindy on Facebook. I got Stephanie answering. Oh my God, I only did the flag once. I'm sorry, Attilio. Marsha.
Carmen, Tina thinks you have more than coffee in your cup.
Oh, listen, we're going to have to move these webinars today. Look at Steve Skidge. What are you talking about? We're going to have to move these to happy hour. You think I'm fun now? Wait till we do happy hour. And Marsha and I, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So we're not going to talk about it.
Stays in Vegas.
Amen. Thank you all.
Thank you guys for logging in and joining us and watching. It means the world to us. You guys are what fuels us, right? It's not Carmen's coffee. You guys are what fuels us. And so thank you so much for your support, your feedback, and being so enthusiastic along with us on these webinars.
We'll see you July 27th on our next webinar. Thank you all for attending. Have a great selling week, everybody.